Hi to all the farmers, I hope you're all doing well. Today we're working the land manually. Which tool should we use? Should I give you a spoiler, or are we already going to use the Grelinette? This is a complete guide on which one to choose. I have 3 different ones. Let me catch my breath because I just finished doing some good digging, and we'll talk about it. Before we start, I want to ask you a small favor. For more than 10 years, I've been telling you about every aspect of gardening and agriculture. So I kindly ask you if you can subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and comment below. Join our community, not just passively, but actively. Let's get back to the video. The Grelinette, a tool that I would say is quite old, has undergone some changes. We generally see it as very similar to a force, like this classic model. A long-handled stick, the fork for digging. Now in Italy, in fact, they also call it a digging fork because it's a mix, a hybrid between a fork and a spade. Why has it been making a comeback in recent years, even with different sizes, so with different widths? Quite simply because today we have much more efficient technology and therefore a lower weight. This doesn't affect its sturdiness. So we've replaced the classic old iron with much more technical, lighter, high performance, but still strong steels. This is important to note as our grandparents used these tools because they were heavy. Working all the land only with the Grelinette can be very hard if the weight is high. So let's go a bit more into detail. It's as if over the years I've been working a lot with Terra di Se. They are a company truly specialized in manual tools for horticulture. Now you might ask, but why are you using the Grelinettes when you clearly use mechanical tools? As you can see, managing so much land requires mechanical use. This is definitely to save energy, but above all, effort. Because even the use of the Grelinette, as technical as it may be, is still a complex use. But in some parts where I can't get with the machines or that are left behind, like this little piece here, when I worked, the soil still had cabbage in it. I do it by hand. It's truly an essential ally, especially for you who want to start a vegetable garden. It can be a solution. The 3 models definitely differ in weight, but especially in the teeth and the brush they have. So there's this one here, which is the entry-level model, let's say, much easier to use. In my opinion, it's perfect for a vegetable garden of 20 or 30 square meters. As you can see, why do I like it? Unlike any regular spade, it helps protect your back. Now, this is some nice hard clay soil. Look how it goes down. Do you understand why I was talking about technical equipment? This one here is good for raised beds, good for small spaces, I'd say 20 or 30 square meters, no more. For slightly bigger jobs or for those who have more back problems, I recommend the other 2 models. Keep in mind that I'm 2 meters tall, so they look small, but they're not actually that small. This model also has 4 tines. It's wider, so it has a larger working area and is better suited for slightly shorter people. The Grelinette's advantage is you don't need to bend your back much. You see, I'm already bending it. This isn't my model. Look at this model. You see how I work much more easily because I never bend my back. See, I move up to here at most. Look at the angle. It would definitely work well maybe for someone who is shorter than me. So it's true that it depends on how much space you have, and it's also definitely a matter of budget. Let's start with the cheapest one and then go up from there. It's also true though that I would use the Grelinette smartly so I wouldn't break my back using it. Now the Grelinette is easy to use. There are 2 techniques that I'll show you now for using the Grelinette. I use the Grelinette in situations and at times when I can't use the tractor or other tools. So in this case, I still had to work on this small part because when I worked on the greenhouse, I still had the cabbages down, so pulling them up would have been a waste. So we do this part by hand. As you can see, the soil is pretty soft. It's not compact. Later, I'll show you some that's more compact. In the passage, I remind you, we have alternating ridge and passage where the soil is worked. It's not bad. I like the principle in the sense that we're loosening up the soil. Some people have different ideas about the Grelinette. Just come see for yourself or you won't get it. Some push the Grelinette in. It loosens the soil like this, you see, and that's it. Basically, it kind of breaks up the roots. If I do this here, the whole block of clay stays together. Now it crumbles because it's good. The pieces stay compact. This is really due to the quality of the soil. Look how nice it is. See, it crumbles. It means it's tempering. Look how it goes. Now what I'm going to do, especially with soil like this, is not wrong to just till it. The problem is, what do we risk in the long run? That the soil will compact again, especially if there are some pretty intense rains, which we've been experiencing lately. So it's not just simple tilling. I go in, I try to turn it over and break it up as much as possible so that the clumps are as small as possible. I repeat, it depends on the texture of your soil. Now I hear some nonsense from people who have clay, who say, I have clay soil, what should I do? Like in this case, it stays wetter, more compacted, so I bring in a lot of compost, I bring in sand to change the texture of the soil, leave it alone. You need a huge amount, really a huge amount. Besides that, to me, it's nonsense. I mean, for sure, working with clay is difficult. That was the point. The more compacted soil also stayed wetter compared to here. Now, this is really hard work, but clay is a very noble material. We are changing the texture of this soil. First of all, we are changing its DNA a bit, and we end up losing a richness that we clearly have, which is clay. Compared to sandy soils, it's much harder to work with. I agree with you, but if you know how to work it well, if you know how to wait and choose the right moments. Using the right tools, in my opinion, gives you so much satisfaction that sandy soils can't give you. Look here at what happened there. It didn't stick. Almost when we lay down the sheets, the soil becomes more compact, so it means that when it rains, it tends to stay wetter. I'll let you feel it like this so you'll understand better. Feel this effect. It's a suction effect. In fact, you see it's harder. Now, the skilled ones might tell you, let's work on the left side, let the right side dry, let's work on this side that's not compacted, and so on. We're working it now, even if it's slightly wet, because otherwise this soil will never dry. Today it's drying pretty well. A little breeze, a warm breeze, they're calling it 15 degrees. So we're going to stir it up. We're going to ask the wind to do a bit of the work. You'll see it'll be dry, then we can go and till the soil. So, why do I like using the Grelinette? Because the Grelinette, as you can see, is ergonomic. It doesn't break your back, and that's important. Because, oh, well, you can do everything, even with a spade, with a shovel, folks. But, you know, you also have to be able to get up in the evening. When you have just a few square meters, it's fine. But when the square meters start to add up a bit, keep in mind, we work on almost 8,000 square meters. So that's why I like it. It's a valuable ally. You see that even on difficult ground, it still works. Look at how it works. It doesn't trample the soil. It preserves it. It already breaks it up into small pieces for me. It respects the land, which is very important. And then look at the job it does. This soil here is wet soil. Right now we need to plant the seedlings. Look at how I work. I repeat, this is a technique to make the soil dry faster. Here it gets a bit more compacted, there a bit less. This part is less hard because there was no passage here. We're at the edge though, so it's a bit wetter and dries less. There are also some fennel plants. Amazing. Later, when the soil is dry, it cleans itself. This one, thanks to the angle it has, I've tried various types of Grelinettes, but I like this Grelinette because, look, it goes beyond. Having tines that don't bend, if you notice the slight angle, first of all, helps with the upright position because they're already angled. It's already going in, so I don't have to use much force. See, it's already moving. The second thing is that it's self-cleaning, so what do I do with this little shovel? Look how tough it is. I get there, I pull it back. Look, see how it cleaned itself. 2 moves and it comes back to me. And it's a faster job because you can't always work in the best conditions in the garden. Look at this beautiful work. It's a unique show. Beautiful, beautiful. So today I showed you how to use the Grelinette. We saw 3 different models, and I repeat, given the height and the space I need to work, my favorite is the biggest one, which, as you can see, is the one I use the most. Because I work more comfortably for sure, because if it were lower, it might be uncomfortable since it works much higher, so the other 2 models are better for that. Then I also made some space, and now I remind you that there's a 10% discount with my code on all the Grelinette. A small advantage that I wanted from the X model, precisely so that this use would be easier for all of you in the garden. I hope this makes you happy. Remember to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.